All right, all right, all righty, all right. What is going on, everybody? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the one and only Paid to Drive and Pay to Drive vlogs, day number 1133, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys are a delivery driver in this gig economy for apps like GrubHub, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, if you're not yet, if you're logged into your YouTube account, hit that red subscribe button down below and see the little bell to the right, set it to all. Click that and set it to all so you don't miss these updates in the future. And everybody, just a friendly reminder, please hit that like button down below if you drive in the gig economy. Hit that like. All right. So I'm just going to read a small portion of this article from Fast Company. It was sent to me by Brian Middleton, so everyone say thank you to Brian Middleton, Bryon. And it talks about the creator of TaskRabbit. It's another app, and they refer to their workers as taskers, like DoorDash refers to their drivers as dashers. And it talks about the importance of valuing your workers. So I'll link it down below if you want to check out the whole thing, but this part, there is incredible technology behind freelance economy marketplaces, but the actual engines powering them are the people performing the services. It's becoming increasingly clear that companies that acknowledge the humanity of the supply side of their marketplaces, the workers, drivers, and homeowners, like for Airbnb, are at a distinct advantage. These companies treat the people powering their products as their primary customers. While we certainly didn't get everything right, TaskRabbit, the company I founded back in 2008, has focused on delivering a quality experience for our taskers and treating them as our core customer. As a founder myself and an investor, I often see founders fall into a build mindset. This singular, almost maniacal focus on building can make it easy to forget that there are real humans utilizing your product in the real world. And with any business, it can be tempting to prioritize short-term growth goals and ignore the eventualities that could arise from the mindset and the products it leads to over time. While it's logical to assume that obsessing over the demand side of the marketplace, i.e. the clients or people ordering rides, food, and other services, would deliver the best experience for users, it was quite the opposite at TaskRabbit. Building quality experience for the supply side, the taskers, was actually the key. As the physical representation of our brand, the taskers were the ones who showed up to our clients' homes each and every day, delivering the brand experience to them without our intervention. If taskers felt mistreated or ignored, this would inevitably manifest in a negative experience for the clients. Moreover, it would lead to more taskers convincing clients to do future jobs off the platform, which would stall our growth. If we wanted to build a client experience that ensured a high net promoter score, NPS, drove repeat purchases and increased lifetime value, LTV, of our clients, then we would first have to develop a solution that put our taskers front and center. Basically, understand what drives the people that drive our company, prepare for the reality of human-to-human interaction, pay attention to the impact you're truly having. So basically, what it's trying to say here, if you haven't gotten the idea, these companies, if they just change their mindset a little bit, if they weren't in the mindset of, yeah, these dashers, these drivers, they're replaceable, who cares, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, if they just, how do I put this? If it was just a situation where they actually said, you know what, the drivers that we're partnered with, the dashers, the taskers, whatever app it is, if we actually value them, if we take care of them, they're going to provide better service. Because think about it. What is a motivation for these apps when you're working for them? Money. And if the one thing that you're after is money and they're not giving it to you, or they're treating you like crap, you're not going to want to go, over and above for them. That's why you start having problems where drivers, might be stealing food or taking too long or multi-apping or whatever, And again, when I mention multi-apping, I'm not saying it is a bad thing. But the fact of the matter is this. You should not have to multi-app. Period. Like I said, I always go back to it. When I started in 2017 doing GrubHub, okay? I'm sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be doing mouth sounds like that. Sorry. The point I'm trying to make here is when I started this years ago, it was simple. GrubHub gave me, for the most part, enough orders. There was a short time where I had to start multi-apping with Uber Eats, but pretty much June, July, August, by the fall, GrubHub was busy enough. The fall of 2017 in my market, I didn't have to multi-app on Uber Eats as much. GrubHub just kept me busy, and that's the way it stayed until this day. You know, I know everybody's market is different. I live in a metropolitan area, you know, where it's city-like and it's very busy all the time. But for those of you who live in those areas where it's a smaller town or country-like or more, you know, whatever, you know, you may have to multi-app more, you know, just because there aren't a big volume of orders. But the fact is this: there's also, you know, people that have turned this into their full-time thing. Now, are you a part-time driver or a full-time driver? Comment that down below. For me, for the longest time, I was a full-time driver. You know, it wasn't until the pandemic that I really started becoming a part-time driver, you know, just because of health reasons. I'm extremely high risk. So, and my girlfriend, the person I live with, also extremely high risk. So I had to keep that in mind. But the point I'm trying to make is, if these companies actually just valued their drivers, us, the ones that put the money in their pocket, okay, we wouldn't be having a lot of the issues that we have now. But evidently, the higher ups don't see it as an issue, and they're like, well, we're making millions, we're billionaires now because of the stock market. So at the end of the day, what do they care? Do I think things are going to change? Probably not anytime soon. But I think something tragic or something huge has to happen in order for change. Kind of like the Prop 22 thing, the AB5 thing. Look how things changed pretty quickly. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm just curious what everybody thinks. It's definitely one of those situations where it's like, we know what's right, but they don't at these big companies. But I do want to take this time to thank all of our patrons, especially Millard Norton, our $100 ultimate driver every month. Thank you, Millard. And thank you to these awesome other people: Kimberly Thomas, Tulsa Todd, Heidi Barnes, Kurt Paul, Brian Pomeroy, William Boudreau, Justin Case, Sarah Keston, Alan G. Van Horn, Scott Freisner, Drew Honor, Katie Coppin, Stephen Neely, Destiny Rudolph, Dave Chin, Frank Haviland, Jason Casta, Sherry Cassidy, Terry DeLong, Anthony Bliss, Nick G, Jenny Thomas, Matt Epperson, and Terrence Pacheco. Definitely check out the link in the pinned top comment or in the description, patreon.com/PaidToDrive. Sign up if you want to support the channel. And, of course, make sure to download the Get Upside Gas app. Comment 333 if you're on there, 444 if you're not yet. Pump your gas, print out your receipt, take a picture of your receipt with the Get Upside Gas app, and within 48 hours or so, you'll get anywhere from 15 cents to 45 cents a gallon back, which is pretty fantastic. And if a friend or family member signs up using your code, you'll get paid every time they pump gas. It's called Get Upside. Links in the description down below. Please download it. Seriously, you're missing out on money. And, of course, check out PaidToDriveStore.com for official Pay to Drive merch. T-shirts, hoodies, all that good stuff. All on sale. Get your holiday shopping done. Not like you would want to buy that anyway for yourself. Maybe you would. I don't know. But anyway, to wrap this whole thing up here, if you're still watching, leave a comment saying, yes, Pete, I'm still watching. See, nobody did it. Maybe somebody did. All right. But my question is, do you feel that these companies treat you right? Yes or no? Just let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the chat. Because, like I said, at one time things were great, okay? For those of you that have started doing these apps within the past year and a half, 2 years, if you started post-pandemic, you definitely don't remember the good days. If you started pre-pandemic by a year or so, you know, March 13th is when they recognized the COVID thing of 2020. If you were signed up by March 13th of 2019, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. But pretty much everything, once 2019 started, everything started going downhill. People will argue until they're blue in the face with me, but trust me, guys, I was there. I was there on the front lines of GrubHub, you know? So I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. I've been there. Thousands of deliveries under my belt. So here's what it is, guys. Never going to please everybody. Friendly reminder, hit that like button. Subscribe with all notifications on. And if you made it to the end, comment N626, N626. And, of course, get that money, get that honey. Keep hustling, keep bustling. We'll see you guys next time right here on Pay to Drive and Pay to Drive Vlogs. Take care, everybody. Adios.